Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a CRYPT STALKER Ranger modded subclass build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. What's cool about this is you get a Ranger's companion, but they're an undead companion. They're much stronger than normal zombies, and you can even have some cool new ones that I'll show off in this video. So we'll be going through the full leveling guide here, going through all the choices, going over some combat and some gear options as well. So, favorite enemy? I always like the Ranger Knight, especially early in the game to get heavy armor proficiency. However, we're dexterity based, so you can have a very high armor class just because medium armor can add your dexterity modifier to your armor class. So even something else could be good, like the Bounty Hunter for ensnaring strike, which can actually help set up some extra damage with your summons. Now for our Natural Explorer, getting Find Familiar without using a spell slot is pretty nice, but the Wasteland Explorers for the resistances to damages is also really useful. So take which one of those you prefer. Now for our ability scores, we actually can add our wisdom modifier to our attacks as damage, so having a good amount of wisdom is actually pretty useful. So we're going to go with something like this, or you can take the strength points and put them in intelligence and go with that. 16 dex, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 16 wisdom, 10 charisma. Skill proficiency is your own choice, but that works there. And I'll go through the full leveling guide, and then we'll touch on gear, and then eventually show off some combat, because this is a cool one. Level 2, we get to choose our spells, and since we took the ensnaring strike, we'll go with that there. If you have the 5e spells mod or mistress spells, you do get awesome options like the snare spell here. So you could go with either one of those there, just depending on your choices, but even Hail of Thorns or Hunter's Mark can be pretty good because you can deal a little bit extra damage to a target. Even Fog Cloud can be nice for creating an area where you're safe within. I really like a +1 armor class, especially early on. That's super useful, but archery and taking sharpshooter later on can also be a good choice. Honestly, any of these are a good choice, but defense for +1 armor class, extremely useful. Now, the CRYPT STALKER is what we're going to go with here. So Masters of Death and Decay. CRYPT STALKERs blend expert marksmanship with dark necromancy, summoning undead allies to fight alongside them while hunting their prey with relentless precision. You can speak with the dead for free, and our big benefit here is the Ranger's Companion, giving you some undead zombies and some other cool things like Death Shepherds to summon in. And we also get a Darkness spell, which I'm a big fan of. Then for our next leveled spell, Hail of Thorns can be decent, Long Strider, or even Absorb Elements to give yourself a bit of extra survivability and deal extra magical damage. But yeah, the CRYPT STALKER, super cool subclass. At level 4, we get to choose a feat. I recommend going higher in dexterity for initiative, armor class, attack rolls, damage rolls, you name it. And at level 5, extra attack, so that's nice. And then we also get to add our proficiency bonus to armor class and damage rolls of our companions. And we also get the one with the shadows, vanish into the darkness and become invisible as long as you stand still. And we get control undead, so this is super useful because we can basically pick up some undead. You can also use this on answer, so you can summon, or you can use it against them, which is kind of cool. It's very difficult to get that to work, but Spike Growth being a nice spell to take for crowd control at a level 5. And Summon Beast, if you have Mistress spells, works really well too, so we could potentially take that for an extra summon. And for the favorite enemy, now we can take the Ranger Knight for heavy armor. The rest of them aren't super useful. And we'll take fire damage resistance or cold or poison, your preference. I think poison and fire being the most useful. Now, at level 7, we do get some nice benefits. We get superior dark vision up to 24 meters. Really nice. And then we also get the Unholy Command, so they can dash, disengage, and help as a bonus action. And Dark Ascension, so your bond with your companion has deepened, unlocking their inner strength, giving them an extra attack. Very nice. Next leveled spell, we're going to go with the, Summon Beast. Although, if you have Mistress spells, there's also the Volley of Arrows, which can be pretty fun. We'll just go with that one there. At level 8, we get Difficult Stride, or Difficult Terrain no longer slows us down. I think it's best to actually max Dexterity here, but Alert can be pretty useful too. At level 9, then we get to take another leveled spell, and we get level 3 spells, so we got like Water Walk and Venomous Barbs if you have Mistress spells. I think Lightning Arrow works pretty good though, for extra lightning damage. It's not the best spell. Plant Growth is also pretty good, so you could go that route. Or taking the arrow attack. We get Hide in Plain Sight at level 10. It's not really a really good option here. You could take the Sacred Flame for radiant damage, which can be good against like shades and stuff. And then we'll take Poison Resistance here and go on to the next level. And level 11, we actually get some really nice benefits. So we get Grave Bite. Attacks me with your weapon deal additional necrotic damage equal to your Wisdom modifier. We also get Summon Undead Dragon. Pretty good. And then for our spell slot, I do think we could go with the Volley of Arrows there for a little bit extra damage. That one works pretty well. At level 12, You could take like a level of fighter for an extra fighting style and constitution saving throw proficiency. But going all the way up to get like if we can get +4 to wisdom, that's nice. But alert is also a really good feat for the +5 to initiative, so we'll go with that. Now, what does this look like in combat? We got our volley of arrows here for our 5 arrows that deal 1 to 6 piercing damage. And I'll show off what combat will look like in a moment. We'll just summon in our raven here as a ritual. And then on top of this, I guess for armor, Mask of Soul Perception, Cloak of Protection, Evasive Shoes, and the Ring of Protection there for all +1 armor class. Killer Sweetheart for a critical hit, Amulet of Greater Health. Helldesk Gloves for +1 to spell attack roll, spell save DC, and deal additional 1 to 6 fire damage, which is nice. Now, for the armor, there's a few choices that work good. Since we're like an undead, I mean, armor persistence can be decent for 24 armor class. Armor of agility will give us 26. But even the Hellduster armor looks pretty good, but it doesn't give us the best bang for our buck. Armor of agility is actually the best choice, and it's stealth based too, so we can go with this here, and we'll just give it a nice die to make it match the theme. There we go. And with this, we're also going to be rocking the Viconia's Walking Fortress, giving us 29 armor class, so we're a tank, safe to say. So yeah, we can get out into combat, deal a ton of damage. And I'll show off some combat here just so you get an idea of what this class is all about. So we got our Ranger's Companion, which can potentially scare creatures. We'll also do a Summon Beast here, so this is nice because we can get a Raven, a Wolf, and a Frog. So I'll summon in the Wolf there because we already got a Crow. That's nice just to have. And then we also got a Ranger's Companion with Death Shepherd, Mummy, Dark Justiciar, Flying Ghoul, or a Wraith. Dark Justiciar and the Death Shepherd I think are the 2 strongest. We're going to go with the Death Shepherd though because I think this one looks really cool. And it also has the Necrotic Veil and Undead Ward Aura. This is a cool looking fella. So he got some different attacks and he can attack twice. I think it's really cool to run around with this, so we're going to go with that. Also for a bow, you can go with the Gaunter Mail here because this will give us haste, which is pretty useful. And when you attack, it's going to cause Guiding Bolt, which will help are less likely to hit things like the Death Shepherd, Morthos, Wolf Spirit, and Quoth there to be able to land their shots. And whenever we get into combat encounter, I guess the best way to start off would be we can start with our Singing Sword Shriek, or I guess the Shriek Sword there, and then we'll apply our Celestial Haste, and then we'll summon in our Undead Dragon. So, boom, summon that in. There's enough space. There doesn't seem to be enough space here. So that's a little unfortunate, but we might be able to get it off. That's funny. Yeah, I guess there's not enough space to be able to summon this in. And we're going to lose our haste, so we'll go turn-based combat. Hopefully we can pop this in. Yeah, I guess there's not enough space here, so we'll have to do this a bit later. But I'll just show off what this can do in terms of combat. So we got 1 turn of haste left, and we got the Shrieking Sword, so we can do a little extra damage with that. And basically what we want to be doing is getting in, having our summons come alongside us too, but they're not in combat right now, so we'll bring them into the fray. There it is, the Wolf Spirit as well. And we got the rest of our team in there too. So yeah, we got our bird, which is going to be able to blind targets, giving them disadvantage on attack rolls, which is pretty fun. We got our attacks here, so ensnaring strike can be pretty fun with the ranged version of it, not the throwing version, but the ranged ensnaring strike. And this will also potentially, yeah, we ensnare them good. So then we can also attack with a follow-up attack, and we can also use different types of arrows if we want, like darkness there, which can be pretty useful. The people I'm fighting benefit from darkness, so that's not the greatest idea in the world, but yeah, we want to be using our different types of arrows as much as possible because there's so many of these, so don't be afraid to use them because they will help. So we'll create ice surfaces there. For some reason that didn't work, and I don't know why that's not working. And we'll try and hit them with the arrow. Okay, for some reason my game is causing issues, so I won't delay that. That took them out anyway, so that was fine. Sometimes there's some issues with mods that cause weird issues like that, so not sure why I wasn't able to shoot those arrows there, but that's alright. We got our Death Shepherd to come into the thing, come into the fight. We got our bonus action dash too, so we can roll through with that. No Rest for the Wicked, which gives us the ability to raise a fallen undead with all of its hit points. Pretty crazy. Reach from Beyond gives us a bone chill like attack. We can't make any actions here, so I guess we can dash again. That's pretty cool, and we'll get into the fight. It's useful when you can have 3 dashes, because that's like one of the biggest issues with using summons is they're not very mobile. So elementals can actually teleport, which makes them pretty useful. The elemental warp is really nice, but being able to do that is even better. So there's our wolf friend, and then we'll dash with it as well, so it can make it in and make its way to the combat. So there we go, and then we get to go, and I guess we could start off. We don't have our we don't have haste anymore, so that's unfortunate. I also can't summon in the dragon for whatever reason, but I guess if we can land an arrow many targets, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me use those arrows there, but Hail of Thorns won't hit. Oh, it'll hit if I hit her with it. I should have upcast that, so that's a little extra damage. That wasn't ideal, but yeah, that's the ranger for you. Not a super powerful class. The ranger's actually kind of weak in comparison. And we can get the raven in here, and rend vision would be an ideal attack, but I guess we're not gonna. We'll dash it here and block them. They're going to move their way in, then we can attack with our Death Shepherd, who will be able to make his way right up front. So that's ideal. Oh, there we go. So, cool. Wretched Slam. We can hit with that, deal a little extra damage. Dropped his weapon, perfect. And then we'll hit him with a Lacerate as well. Blocked it, that's fine. We also got a Pommel Strike, which is pretty good, so we can potentially daze him. He's saved on it. If you have Pommel Strike, that's nice, because, oh, Shadow Step. Just move to the darkness. Oh, should cast darkness on them. That's a weird. I should probably have to go after Gale. Oh, they're all going to go after Gale. Never mind. They're not going to hit us because we have a high armor class. And then we'll get our dog to go in there, and I guess we could have not pounced on it. Alright, we glitched out. That's fine. Oh, he did knock him prone after all. And since we can't use our arrows for whatever reason, I guess we'll go with... We can go volley of arrows, which is pretty nice. So, oh, target's too far. I'll move over here, get the volley of arrows. Boom, 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 boom. If we had the ballast armor, that would have been nice, but that broke our concentration for the multiple attacks, which is pretty nice. If we can make our way... Oh, I can't make our way in. I was going to use the Pommel Strike there, but... Black Hole can work too, I guess. Nah, we'll just end the turn. We'll let them just chill there. We'll go with a Rend Vision on him. 45% chance hitting. Immune to blinding. Forgot. His weapons drop, so he has to pick it back up. And then we can just go ahead and do that again. Not critical block. That's fine. We'll do it again. And weapon drop. Booyah. So that's useful. And we can normally summon in something there, but we don't have enough space because the dog's in the way. So we'll let them do their thing. Usually I already have this encounter over with, but yeah, this isn't the most powerful class in the world, so we'll just let it do its thing. And we'll... So we're back here, and the wolf doesn't have an action for some reason, so we'll just let it do it. We'll just let it chill. And I guess we can hit him with a lightning arrow here, because I don't really have any... I can't use my normal arrows for whatever reason. We'll go in and Pommel Strike. Bonk. Dazed. So we can summon in the undead dragon here. There's just a small area that is just enough to be able to summon it. So that's the only downside of the giant summons, is they are really hard to summon in. There we go. Oh. And there's people that get in the way. So, cool. It's there now. It also can't be controlled, but we'll just go start combat. And yeah, I guess it's gonna stay there. We'll start combat down here. I guess we'll see what we can do for combat. Yeah, that's not ideal, but hopefully you can use that in a better spot. And we'll just take them out. And we're gonna fight. So there we go. Oh, there's people up there that we can fight. Cool. So I'll show off, I guess, what this will look like. And yeah, we got a couple rangers in the group here. Lightning arrow, not the most powerful, but it's something. So here's the big bad dragon. It's got the ability to do a slam, which can knock targets prone. It can do frightful presence, lightning breath, which hits in a huge area. And then it also has a gather power, take flight, land, and begin to power. So pretty cool option. And it also has a multi-attack, which is 92 damage. Pretty nice. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky to land its attacks and move it around, but lightning breath there, pretty huge attack. It looks cool to be able to summon that in per long rest. It's pretty powerful. It also has 250 health, and it's glitchy. So, yeah, that is the CRYPT STALKER Ranger. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.